Good Tuesday morning, everybody. It is really nice out there, not a cloud in the sky. Temperatures really range from the upper 50s, 60s across the region. I'm meteorologist Johnny Lively. This is our Tuesday morning show sponsored by HB Neal Construction. Looking at radar, there's absolutely nothing going on this morning. Sponsored by Dana Simmons Real Estate. It has been awfully quiet, and it looks to really be quiet throughout the week as that dry air really dominates our region. Not a cloud in the sky here across southeast Texas and all of Louisiana. Everything is currently offshore. That's where that boundary went, and that has given us the drier and slightly cooler temperatures all across the region. You look at the water vapor, all of this gold, the orange, all of that is dry air that is settling into the region. That is allowing our temperatures really to be cool this morning. This was a pretty rare cold front that we had for September. You don't typically see this powerful, or I should say, this much dry air all the way down into the Gulf this early. I mean, this is something we see in late September into October. We typically don't see that at all until, a couple more weeks. So this was a really nice front that came through. Thanks to Switch Electric, we are able to show you the water vapor. Now, if you want to see just the difference that it's been the last 24 hours and the last 48 hours has been a big difference. But just since yesterday morning, some areas like Jasper, 7-degree difference, 6-degree difference in Conroe, 5-degree difference here in Beaumont. It has really been nice and cool across the region, and we are absolutely loving it. Here's the temperatures across the United States. Thanks to Do Good Credit Union, we can see it is really nice and cool all across the region. It is just nice. Even Las Vegas, typically they would be warmer. They're at 81 degrees. Down here in Houston, 64. New Orleans at 77. The warmest place right now in the South is down there towards Brownsville in Miami. But other than that, really, the United States is feeling pretty good. Here we are locally, Silsbee at 59 degrees, Beaumont at 57. That is right. I'm not joking. It is 57 degrees currently in Beaumont, 56 in St. Augustine, Lake Charles at 62, DeQuincy at 59. Over there in Houston, they're even cool at 69 degrees. Down towards the coast, like High Island and Sabine Pass at 65 degrees. Absolutely nice to see for this time of year. Construction forecast, outdoor forecast, sponsored by Modern Concrete Material. Can't get any better. Clear skies, not a cloud in the sky at all. Temperatures will be into the low 60s this morning. As we start getting to the afternoon hours, we will get into the 80s. By 4 p.m., we should get pretty close to that upper 80, close to 90-degree mark, but really a perfect forecast for anything outdoors. And it's really going to be like that really throughout the whole week. So here's our upper level flow, sponsored by Neutron Electrical Services. We can see the northern flow coming into our area. That's keeping us dry. Notice as we start getting into Wednesday and Thursday, we start seeing this high pressure ridge building over the state of Texas. So this is not only going to slightly bring those temperatures up just a little bit warmer, the highs really as we start getting into Thursday and Friday, but this also keeps us on the drier side, also keeps the flow out of the north. So in other words, we will stay dry really the next couple of days. If we get any rain, it's really going to be little to no rain at all. Just some coastal showers can be possible coming up on Wednesday here locally in southeast Texas, getting into southwest Louisiana. We can see that very dry right now. Notice as we get into Wednesday, a little bit of moisture starts coming into the area from the New Orleans, New Iberia area, kind of surging westward, getting into Lake Charles and Port Arthur. Really, this is the chance that we could see some coastal showers. But notice as we get into Thursday and Friday, that high pressure ridge builds over Texas. This allows the flow coming back out of the north. Look at all that dry air coming back into the Gulf. This is just really neat to see. Unusual to see this much dry air surging into the Gulf this time of year. So this is just going to keep us dry. And here's our future cast for today, sponsored by Modern Concrete. We see some clouds off to the east, but that's really not going to get into our region. But you can notice on Wednesday, notice as those clouds do kind of surge towards our way, just a little bit more so high clouds. We're going to see that moisture surge coming to our region. This can give us at least 5 to 10% coverage here in southwest Louisiana and at least 5 to 10% coverage here locally in southeast Texas. So a very small coastal shower can be possible on Wednesday, but other than that, it is going to be dry. No big issues at all. Just really dry the next couple of days. Temperatures today will be into the really the upper 80s. We could get close to 90 degrees in some spots, but this is nice. I mean, Jasper at 87 degrees, Beaumont 89, Houston 88, down towards the coast. Look at Sabine Pass at 84 degrees, Cameron Parish 87, Lake Charles can get up to 90 degrees. So not too bad today. Overnight, we will be slightly warmer, but still the humidity is kicked out up towards the lakes region or further to the north is going to be into the low 60s. Even Houston will be cool overnight tonight into tomorrow morning at 69 degrees here locally at Beaumont 67. And a good chunk of southwest Louisiana will be into the upper 60s to low 70s. So once again, it's going to be a nice Wednesday morning. Looking at the tropical development, nothing to really watch at all. This has been quiet. We have lots of dust and dry air in this region. This has really dominated the tropical Atlantic, so much dry air, and even the wind shear is keeping any of these waves that are moving westward. It is keeping them in check. So, if you look at the satellite, you see a lot of convection, a lot of bubbling going on. But typically, this time of year, we would see a hurricane tracking westward, but we're not seeing that. This is peak hurricane season. That dry air is really keeping everything at bay. And again, we can see some of these waves kind of tracking westward, but they're just not hanging on. They're not doing good at all. And that's because all the Saharan dust that we're watching. This is something you would see in June, July, and August, peak dust season. And here we are in September, still talking about lots of dust, lots of dry air keeping the tropics really at bay. Nothing is expected right now. Everything's quiet. Here locally in the Gulf, we talked about all that dry air that's going to be surging down into the Gulf again. It looks like the next 7, if not 10 days looks fairly quiet here locally in the Gulf. No issues at all. Looks pretty quiet here locally too. 7-day forecast for southeast Texas. We do start going on a slight warming trend really the next couple of days, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, but still the temperatures in the morning are really nice. We have low humidity, really nice forecast setting up. There is a small chance for some coastal showers coming up on Wednesday, but other than that, this is really looking good. Friday night football looking great as well too here locally in southeast Texas. Same song and dance over there in southwest Louisiana. You can't get any better forecast for this time of year. We do start warming up. That high pressure ridge builds in on Thursday and Friday, allows our temperatures to get close to the mid 90s. But again, look at the lows that we're seeing. Typically, our lows would be around 73, 74 degrees. We're into the 60s. We don't get back into the 70s as we get into the end of the weekend. So, this is a really good 7-day forecast. Enjoy y'all's Tuesday. Thanks for tuning in to Gulf Coast Weather Solutions. We'll have some more posts throughout the day. Don't forget to check out our 24/7 access channel that just shows all of our graphics updating constantly, and you can see it all. So, y'all have a wonderful Tuesday. Enjoy the low humidity today, and I will see you again tomorrow morning.